My colleague Shubhendu joins us now with all the business updates. Shubhendu, it's over to you.
Right, thanks Munmun. Welcome to Business Prime. Let's talk about some positive news on the domestic front. India's manufacturing activity strengthened in July, led by improved output and new orders. A survey has showed that the Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index, PMI, rose to 52.5 in July as against 52.1 in June. This optimism has come at a time when the performance of 8 key industrial sectors, as represented by the core sector data, touched a 50-month low. This index is prepared on the basis of a survey which was conducted among purchasing executives in over 400 companies. An index over 50 implies expansion, while an index below 50 meant contraction. Growth was primarily driven by domestic demand, with growth in export orders slowing to its lowest level in 15 months. Meanwhile, US Federal Reserve has cut the interest rates for the first time since 2008, citing concerns about the global economy and the muted US inflation. It also signaled a readiness to lower the borrowing costs further if needed. Financial markets had widely expected the quarter percentage point rate cut, which lowered the US central bank's benchmark overnight lending rate to a target range of 2% to 2.25%. In a statement at the end of its latest two-day policy meeting, the Fed said that it had decided to cut rates in light of implications of global developments for the economic outlook as well as muted inflation pressures.
It is intended to ensure against downside risks from weak global growth and trade policy uncertainty, to help offset the effects these factors are currently having on the economy, and to promote a faster return of inflation to our symmetric 2% objective. All of these objectives will support achievement of our overarching goal to sustain the expansion with a strong job market and inflation close to our objective for the benefit of the American people.
Meanwhile, Dow and S&P 500 suffered their biggest daily percentage drop since May 31st on Wednesday, after the Federal Reserve cut interest rates for the first time in about a decade. But remarks by Fed Chair Jerome Powell dampened the expectations for further cuts going forward. Based on the latest available data, Dow Jones Industrial Average, as we mentioned, has fell to 336.26 points, 1.24% that is, to 26,861. The S&P 500 lost 33.07 points, or 1.10%, to 2,980, and Nasdaq Composite dropped by 98.20 points, or 1.19%, to 8,175. Meanwhile, in the domestic markets, benchmark indices are trading at the day's low level, with Sensex breached 37,000 for the first time since March 14. At noon when the data was taken, Sensex was down 460.03 points at 37,021.09, while Nifty was down 137.10 points at 10,980. All the sectoral indices are trading in the red, led by metal, pharma, bank, IT, infra, auto, FMCG, and energies. The impact of the Federal Reserve rate cut we also see in the domestic market. Those were the highlights from the world of business and finance. Munmun, it's back to you.
Thank you, Shubhendu, for that. And now let's take a look at what's making news across the globe.